Looks like we have some new juicy info on the new Valorant map. So I guess I kind of missed this out on, or it just came in later. Let's look at this. Recent Valorant fan theory suggests new cold and snowy map for upcoming act. Valorant might just be gearing up for a new map that was built around snow and ice aesthetics. We could definitely use that, to be honest, in Valorant, and more stuff proves into it. And I'm gonna be doing this in a recent video. A recent trending fan theory suggests a Radiant filled world that is cold and twisted in every sense, which makes total sense considering that, Valorant has to be very lore friendly. Just like League of Legends, to keep it floating. Just look at Overwatch. It has no lore anymore. It doesn't have enough lore. It has some small lore, and they're focusing on competitive integrity, and the game is simply dying because it's not that you can't fully immerse into the world unless there's a lot of lore. But the new Valorant episode will bring in with not just a new act and a new agent, but a whole new map as well. The latter is something that the Valorant community has been requesting the devs for some time now. We want more maps, that's true. We want more maps, we want more diversity, we want to try new maps out. And Riot Games latest tease, and I don't think Ascent was that good, to be honest. The doors were a nice addition, but it didn't really work. It's not really balanced. It's too much to attacker side. The River King tweet has sparked a lot of theories among Valorant players, while some are thinking that it might be a new Valorant agent. Others believe that it could be indeed a new map. Who's on the bench. In one of her dev diaries, Valorant lead Anna Donald has said that the shooter would be getting a new act every 2 weeks, along with a new agent in every act. However, episodes will take 6 months to complete, so it's been kind of 6 months, hasn't it? So we're gonna get 6 months. We're gonna a new episode next month, but we're possibly getting a map sooner, and each one would feature a new map. So this might be an exception, just so because Valorant First Strike is coming up, and they gotta include new maps. They gotta promote diversity. So technically, the 6-month period for Valorant's official release ends with the beginning of Act 4, and the chances of a new map coming that are much higher than with Act 3. Okay. That being said, it's Riot, and it might just find a new way to shock and awe the Valorant community by providing new skins maybe, but by introducing both a map and an agent in Act 3, which is all set to go live on 13th October. Valorant might be getting a new snow map. Ooh. Okay, so what this means, right? This is the picture, right? This means basically decode this. So and this is player IGN, one of the best decoders out there. Arabic, it means bring a code. Russian on bottom land means forget it. Turkish on top means is it cold? It is cold. Russian in the middle means weapon. Turkish on the bottom right means over there. So bring a code is really interesting. It is cold, forget, bring a code, weapon, third act. So 3A and over there. Well, that's really interesting. 3A means like third act. I guess that's pretty much normal. Fascinating fan theory has been trying a Valorant subreddit where a Reddit user Piggy Broke suggests a new map would have snow and ice theme built in its visual aesthetics. The post headline new map theory says that there's a new tease that just came out. It's an image with a foreign language in it saying something, don't forget to bring a code. It's cold there. That could definitely mean something. Piggy Broke wrote, okay, so here's what I think about this. Many people saying it's a new map, and I agree. And I feel this map is closely related to the player banner in the last year of Battle Pass, which we also got, if you remember. They did this before, they did this with Killjoy, they did this with Reyna. Act 2 is coming to a close. Getting those last ranked wins and go on the top when your rank logs out on October 13. So we're getting it pretty soon. Piggy Broke has suggested that a new map will have a direct connection with Viper and Omen. The Redditor vote. If you look closely at the banner, these are two people. The one on the right has something to do with green in her hands. Green aka Viper's color. Also, when Omen kills the enemy Viper, he said experiment complete. The name of the banner is Experiment 11. Like, he found it out. This can mean that the person on the left or beside the parent Viper is Omen in his human form. This makes sense since Omen has a lot of dialogues that show he's known Viper for quite some time. And Viper maybe turned him into, Omen, basically. All of this summing up, Omen, when he was human, could be Viper's partner in specific experiment. Look at how she's holding something green. And yeah, look at this. Holy shit, he probably turned himself into Omen. That's crazy lore. Oh my god, that's awesome. Piggybank Bro gave more weight to this theory by talking about some of the dialogue that Viper and Omen had this game. There's a big chunk of Radianite in the banner, so possibly this can mean that Omen and Viper experimented on Radianite in an experiment called Experiment X011. I think they were looking for a power in Radianite, which could be beneficial to normal people or non-Radianite people, and we know Radianite actually gives somehow power to normal people. This assumption comes from the dialogue when Omen says, "You used to heal people with your skill?" Funny. Like to Viper. This means that the Viper was sane at some point in her life, a good person. So maybe something went wrong in the experiment, resulting in Omen to turn into a shadow entity and Viper to go insane and bloodlust, probably from Radianite. Definitely makes sense. A new map will definitely mean new or additional content for lore building, and is Riot historically known to keep the story and background behind its games open-ended, like that in League of Legends, and leave most of the narrative to the community, then the Valor theory by Piggyback and team seems plausible. I don't see why it would not be plausible. I think it's definitely worth it. Possibly the new map that's about to come out will be related to this player banner, directly connected to Viper and Omen. If that's the case, a lot of lore about Viper and Omen will be revealed in this map, and there will be surely dialogues from either Viper, Omen, or both when they are spawned in this map. Also, if you look closely in the universe, there's a logo on it. The same logo which Brimstone has on his body shield. So, if this theory is true, this can also mean that Brimstone, Omen, and Viper are all related, as possibly they know something that the other characters don't, something about this organization containing scientists and soldiers. That's the case, this organization is huge and might have an intention. It's not just 5-6 agents. It's a huge organization they're fighting against, just like in Bind, if you guys remember. We don't know if you're good or bad, but it's possible they're trying to harness the power of Radiant to its maximum potential, and the characters in this game, both Radiant and normal people, are part of experiment. Think about it. They added both people with powers and skilled people who have used them onto a battlefield. Maybe these games are an experiment in the Valorant world. Piggy Broke does indeed paint the Valorant world to be cold, brutal, and twisted. Riot teasing, is it cold to bring a code mystery might indeed be the new tease for a new map, but will be coming in the Act 3. If we consider the first 2 months in the Valorant closed beta as part of the episode, then we crafted covering the 6 months per episode routine. Otherwise, it just feels slightly unlikely that Act 3. I don't know, I think we're definitely getting a new map, to be honest. We have some, like, if you want to read more about this, there's more about it here. And this is a well-thought theory, like, people agree with this. It won't be this act, but start of the next act. First of the year, new map that said after every act a new year until they get a good rotation. But we need the first strike, right? There has to be first strike. I know they said that, and it's probably still the case, but I really hope they just changed their mind and decided to do maps a bit more often because the community wants it. And they will definitely adapt to the community. They did a lot of things to actually adapt. Well, I mean, they said they would change it as time passed, and let's just say the time has passed. And because this is the end of the act, Riot always gives teasers before an update. Skins are obvious, but it's not going to be a skin, surely. Agents are obvious, but this has to be a map. There are no cold or snowy maps in Valorant, and now my guess would have been the next agent has to do something of ice, but when the community decoded the message fully, that wouldn't have made sense now, would it? It said very, very cold over there, and you should bring a coat. I think Riot went past there, worked quicker than we thought, and made a new agent and a new map. If so, I'm extremely hyped. It's so nice. It's so damn nice. The logo you're referring to is Kingdom logo of the Kingdom company. It's all over the place. We're having a lot of lore, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting a lot more about the new map as well, decoded pretty much soon. In lore, Valorant takes place after a huge event that adds a medal called Radiant to the world. It gives some humans powers, such as Phoenix, Jet, Omen, and help others make cool things like Killjoy, Cypher, Raze. This is really nice, to be honest. We're getting a lot of lore explained in this new map, and I seem there's a lot more to it. They're also teasing this stuff. So the new agent is already pegged to be a healer, which was discussed by development earlier. So it seems rather vague to associate something frosty with healing. We're probably not going to be getting some slow orbs or anything like that, but something like that heals, something that maybe even helps the team in some way. So maybe, I guess the map and the agent don't really have to be connected, right? They could be completely different things. Just look at Reyna and Aston. They're not connected at all, but that's fine. we'll be getting a new healer agent, most likely to, you know, boost up the meta, to boost up the esports. That's just my opinion. And yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, that's that, man. Sign out. Peace, guys.